What's up, YouTube? So, one thing I want to show everybody real quick is this beautiful rejection yesterday of the New York Open. Right, so yesterday on the live stream, we did talk about this New York Open. We talked about how there was relatively low volume around it, and we actually had two A-plus setups that occurred on this Asia low. So let's do a little recap of how you could have played these out. So the first one. So these are both more scalp setups, but you would have played it like this. The last one's a little bit more of a day trade. So you would have had your entry right at this New York Open. You could say, okay, we're below the New York Open. If we retest this, I'm going to enter. Have your stops either here. These are pretty long, pretty big stops, but I would ideally have it like right here, just because I like to trade with tight stops. So I have my stops right around here, and I target like 15, 20 points. And that's a beautiful trade all day long. Simple trade, right? Because we have the New York Open, come down, break through it, retest it, come back down. And the same exact thing happens. This just would have been a little bit longer of a trade. So you still would have got filled, but it would have been more of a day trade. So it would have been a little bit more of like a, okay, I'm going to wait a few hours kind of thing. And you just have like a automatic take profit. So what I do is I enter right there, and I take profit somewhere down here. So just be like, okay, entry right here, exit down there. So that's how I'd play that. Beautiful, beautiful trade. That's definitely how I would play that New York Open from yesterday. That's what we do. Hell yeah. So now let's look at today. Change this to black. If this is a supply zone or a high, that's black. We're going to get this black. All right, so we have definitely been in a downtrend recently. We've been in a downtrend, and what we're currently doing is we're testing this previous low, which is a very strong low. So we could see a bounce here. If we do see a bounce here, I'd only be targeting, I don't know, maybe 5 points here, maybe 10 points. 10 points is a little generous, but if we do not close below this on the 15-minute, we could definitely see a bounce. If we do close below this, the next level I'd be targeting is this 5273 level. Somebody was talking about that in the chat. So yes, that's the exact level I would be targeting is 5274 or 5273.75 to be more accurate. 5273.50. If we do come and close below this, I'd target this level. If we stay above, target a little 5 points. But I'd still, I mean, this could be a trend reversal, right? So you see, we actually had an uptrend right here. Bam, we hit this high. We start making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, equal high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're going to see if we're going to make another lower high and come down, or we're going to see if we reverse. But I'd like to see this trend continue. I wanted to see a clean trend day. Out for $225. That's beautiful. Hello from Afghanistan. Hello, man. Hope you're doing well. But shout out Ashton. That's beautiful. See, Ashton's scalping, so he's doing the same thing I'm doing. So he's just in and out, making money quickly. The nice thing about scalping and why I like it is because I don't trade after 10:30. Like every once in a while I will, but I can just get on, make my money, and then go about my day. And so many people make mistakes that could have been avoided if they just stopped trading. And so literally if you just put down the computer or you put down your phone, you could have saved yourself and made yourself a ton more money. But the fact that you're always on this computer, always pressing buttons, you always need to enter something is just not good. So that's why I like to scalp. I like to get in, I like to get out, and then I like to go on with my day, go live my life, you know? So that's why I prefer scalping. Now, there are some cons to scalping because if you're a very busy person and you're at a job or you're doing something of that effect, it's going to be hard to scalp because you have to actively monitor your trade. So if you are at a job, I recommend you swing trade. When I was at a job, I swing traded. So a little like 30-second recap of how I made enough money to leave my job. So long story short, I was working at a restaurant. Nothing crazy at all. I was making probably a little bit above minimum wage just because I would get good tips because it was near a beach and all the tourists would come in. And I was trading at the time. I was trading options and I was also trading crypto. But I had to stop trading options because I couldn't really manage any of my positions because I'd be trying to enter a position and my boss would be like, yo, you got to come take out the trash. And then I'm trying to leave the position and the boss would be like, yo, you got to like clean up this table. And I'd be like, fuck, this is not going to work. So what I would do is I learned Litecoin. I learned how the crypto market moves. So I looked at everything a little bit longer of a time horizon. I said, okay, if Litecoin reaches this level in 4 months or 5 months and I have a position in it, I will make a fuck ton of money. And that's what happened. Litecoin reached the level I wanted it to reach, and my swing trade played out perfectly. And the reason swing trading was helpful is because I was still able to work at my job and be a good employee at the time because you still need consistent cash coming in. I would take the consistent cash from my job, put that into Litecoin, and put that into a few other cryptos, and then I would watch that grow. And it was definitely like ups and downs. It was kind of a roller coaster, but eventually my level got hit, and it played out perfectly. So that's why I highly recommend swing trading is because when you swing trade, it's not really dependent as much on like second by second. It's more of like, okay, is this level going to hit this in the next few months? You know what I mean? So it's a lot more compatible with a job than scalping. Scalping is good if you have a lot of time on your hands, but if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, I highly recommend swing trading. Right, so our levels for today, we're also going to mark out the New York Open on the 15-minute. Let's see what this price does right here. Bam, there's a New York Open. Yeah, once again, I mean, this is just doesn't get much more accurate than this, guys. It's very simple too. It's just you mark out the New York Open, price comes down, retests, you can short it down here. Price comes back down, you can short it down here again. Don't overcomplicate trading. You don't need 7 RSIs and 35 MACDs and all this different shit. Like you just need to make it very simple. Trade one asset. Trade on a demo account for 3 months to prove you're profitable. Once you're profitable, then buy a funded account or then start trading with real money. Now you could just ignore that and you could just start trading with real money immediately, but you're going to blow your funded accounts and you're going to lose money. Why are you going to lose money? Because you don't have confidence that you're going to execute. You don't have a mindset that's where it needs to be to make money. And that's okay because you're probably either relatively new or you've been doing it for a while and you're not seeing any profitability. So I would practice, I would get profitable and then switch over to a live account. Right? So profitable means 3 consistent months of being green on a demo account. UVXY. We'll check out UVXY and VIX in 1 second. Out for 170. Beautiful. Expecting retest of New York Open to continue to the downtrend. Now that would be a nice play. That'd be a nice play. Shout out Begini. Begini's been making a ton of money recently. I always look in the profit chat and it's just Begini, $4,000, $3,000, $5,000. So what he's basically saying for anybody that doesn't quite understand the strategy is that he wants to see something like this play out. Bam. And we'll check out the volatility indexes in 1 second because that's actually a really good thing to look at. UVXY, I look at VIX or VIX, volatility index, very, very important. So basically, to explain that very simply, when VIX goes up, the market goes down. And when the market goes down, VIX goes up, or when the market goes up, VIX goes down. So it's inverse. It's an inverse of the market. So when SPY goes up, VIX will go down, SPY down, VIX up. So it's that simple, and you can look at that through pretty much any period in the last 5 years, and that's proved to be true just by looking at the charts. Now, the only time that wouldn't happen is if it's like a very, very low volume day and SPY goes up just like a few points. But anytime we have serious volume, they do the exact opposite. So it can be a good indicator to identify a trend on VIX and then say, okay, what's the reverse of this trend on SPY, and then see if that gets respected and use that as kind of an indicator as to where the market might be headed. Why does the VIX go the opposite way? Are they related? So basically, the VIX tracks the overall volatility of the S&P 500, and volatility is largely measured in downside. So think about it like that. So when SPY is more volatile, and it's going down, VIX is going up because that's how VIX is calculated, is by how volatile is the SPY. And then when SPY goes up, VIX goes down because SPY is not as volatile when it's going up, just by volatility definition. Price goes down, down the zone, and then go up in the zone but close the computers. So basically, like if the zone gets disrespected, are there no good setups? In most cases, yeah. In most cases, yeah. Unless I still see a different setup. So unless like we come through this zone and we reject off here, I see something that I like. But in most cases, if there's no setups or there's no clear setups, it's just close the computer, just like you said. Where can you start a demo account? So on TradingView, you can actually start a demo account. There's this thing, where is it? It's like somewhere a trading panel. Click this, and then you will go to this screen that says open a paper trading account. What you're going to do is you're going to open a paper trading account. You're going to pay $7 a month to get this ESM live data. You definitely need live data. If you're ever watching this and you don't have live data and you're trying to trade, that can't happen. You need live data. You need live data. You need live data. So now we're going to look at volatility index. So VIX. So type in VIX if you want to. Oops, I'll move this over here. Type in VIX if you want to see what I'm looking at. And if you don't believe my theory about how they're exact opposites, take a look right here. If my charts load. All right, so look at this. Oh, it's a daily, hold up. Right, look, same exact time. Or we'll go to the open because this is after hours. Right, so market open, up on the left, down on the right. And right here, we're down, so VIX is going up. Like literally right now we're down, so VIX is up. So if VIX continues upwards, definitely expect more downside. Definitely expect more downside. Even back here, look. Huge sell-off on VIX. What do we have here? Huge pump on SPY. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So same exact time, it's just a little bit different because VIX is not 24 hours. But same exact moves, always. Come back here, start this downtrend, start this uptrend. Right, so that's always true. So always keep an eye out on VIX. VIX will be a little sneaky sometimes, it'll sneak up on you. But this is a pretty big bounce. So if we continue going up, I expect a lot of downside from SPY. Asian session, I've been having more volume recently. Yes, it has. Your Insta Reels, do you trade on TradingView? No, I don't trade on TradingView. I use TradingView to look at the charts. I trade on Trade08, but TradingView is a charting platform. So you can connect brokers to your charting platform, but it's important to understand TradingView does have paper trading, but TradingView is not a broker itself. So you can hook up a broker to TradingView. So TradingView is charting platform, and then you need an execution platform, which will be your Robinhood, which will be your Tradebait, which will be your Webull, which will be your NinjaTrader, TradeStation, etc., etc. And then you connect that broker to a charting platform. Let's see if we can target this level. That's what I'd really want to see in terms of downside. Start here, target this level. 10-point clean move, all you fucking need for the day. You don't need these 500-point moves. You don't need these 100-point moves. You need 10 points a day, maybe even 5 points if you're trading on size. And then if you can do that every day, you'll be able to earn a consistent income. And that's what you want. You want a consistent income. You don't want one trade every 6 weeks that wins and then another one that loses even more. You want consistency. So ideally, we see a continuation of this downtrend and we see price come test this level from here. And we see VIX continue to go up because VIX is already up a ton. VIX is up 12%. This is kind of nutty. So VIX needs to break above this high in order for that to play out. So what we'll do is we'll just create a little zone here for VIX to break out of. So let's watch to see if we come down and target this level. And to see if VIX comes up. Come on, VIX. Yep. Okay. All right. Watch, 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 watch. Unstable internet connection. Are we good now? Just let me know if you're good. Just say you're good or you're not good in the chat. Good? All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Good, good, good. All right, cool. That's all I need. All right, so we're currently seeing if we're going to come down and test 5,273.50. Is getting the TradingView premium worth it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would totally pay for that. Yes. It's one of those things where it's just like such a pain if you don't have it because there's all these features that are just very important. Some people are saying I froze, and it could just be because I'm like not moving around a bunch. So maybe it looks like I froze. Damn it. I might have actually froze. All right, hold up. Can you hear now? Can you hear now? Damn it. All right, hold up. Are we good now? Better? All right, cool. My bad. All right, so we're continuing to see if we're going to come down and test this level right here, 5,002. Actually, let me share my screen real quick. So we're looking at this exact same setup right here, from here to here. Just a simple break of a previous low, targeting another low. It's not to be complicated. All right, we are selling off a bit. What's VIX doing? I want to see VIX up like 13%. All right, we are breaking through a little bit. Remember how we talked about that? This is a great example of how to use VIX. I'm almost always looking at VIX. Come on, sellers. Do I avoid trading orange folder? Not as much. Orange folder I don't find to be as kind of like dangerous as red folder, but sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, nah, I don't like that. But usually I'm just red folder news that I'm like, stay away. All right, there's some sellers. Yep. What's VIX doing? What's VIX doing? What's VIX doing? Come on, I want to set 13%. This is what I said. I said I want to see 13% up on VIX, so this number needs to be 13%. So that will show us that we're moving down. And I don't see many areas for buyers to come in until we get down here, which is why I like this level. I mean, right here could be like your first take profit, like 6 points, and then right here could be your final take profit. just because there could be some buyers that step in right here, but gap fill on so it's more of a just targeting a low kind of thing, which is more like, okay, we're targeting this low. And there's a downtrend, so we're expecting the continuation of this downtrend. And we're targeting the low. Same area as last week's gap. Yeah, it could be around the same area as last week's gap. I'm just looking at this low, New York low. I do see that gap you're looking at. This level. I want to see us target this level. But if we don't target this level, I want to see something. I'll put another level just to be very clear. This level. So much of trading is just being patient. So now check the VIX again. VIX is coming down a little bit. So I want to see another big candle closure above here. NQ doing it. NQ definitely looks bearish right now. Anyone meditate before trading? Yes, I do. Definitely helps so much, man. Another setup you can look for is if you didn't really like that, you can look for a break and retest here. So you can look for this same setup as yesterday. That's what Bikini was talking about. Entry there, stops above there. You don't have to take that play. I'm just saying that that's another thing you could be looking. That's what I'm looking at. That's what's going through my mind right now. Like, okay, what plays should I be looking at? Meditation is great, man. It's very, very helpful. And it doesn't even have to be all complex. Just work on your breathing. I'm gonna drop some game on y'all real quick. So a lot of y'all breathe wrong, and I know this is not trading related, but actually it is trading related because it'll make you think in a way that is not beneficial at all to your trading. A lot of y'all breathe wrong. So if you have a tight feeling in your stomach, you're breathing wrong. You're supposed to be breathing through your nose, and your stomach should expand outwards when you breathe. If you're breathing through your mouth, you're breathing in unfiltered air, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be all stressed out. Like, so the reason I'm able to stay calm and chill is because I breathe through my nose. And I practice breathing a lot, but I highly recommend looking into breath work if you're somebody who's stressed out. The lines you can draw are in the, yeah, premium courses, premium courses. Calling us mouth breathers. No, man. I used to do it so much. That's how I knew. I used to only breathe the wrong way, and then somebody showed me, and I was like, oh my gosh! Like I felt like I entered like a new dimension of. Like you ever seen those like memes where the guy is like holding up all like the power, like the superpowers around him? I felt like that when I learned how to breathe right. You need a clear mind. If you don't have a clear mind, it's so hard to do. This is already hard. If your mind is having a lot of these, because a lot of like a way to know if your mind is like messed up is if you try to sit down and say something or do something and you have like 10 different thoughts come into your head, like this, like pictures and this and that, and you can never really think clearly. That's called brain fog, and that means your mind is inflamed. All right, come on, Vix. We just need a big pump up in Vix, and then this will just fucking fall down. Bring an oxygen tank for extra focus. Yes, yeah, it's your boy Nola. That's what I felt like when I learned how to breathe the right way. Exactly. There's a great book on it if you're interested in this called Breath by James Nestor. Great, great book. And I cannot stress enough how helpful the mind is. Because so often in here, I see people make mental mistakes, which is just like people getting so stressed out when they're in a trade. People taking trading way too, like, it shouldn't be affecting your emotional state. And it used to affect my emotional state. And it wasn't people like, oh, it's because you had less money back then. It's like, it's because I was risking too much back then. Like, even when I didn't have much money and I learned how to actually have a strategy, it didn't really affect my emotional state because I knew that the trade was either going to hit or it wasn't going to hit. And so many people I see, if they have a bad trade, their day is bad. If they have a good trade, their day is good. So you're letting your day be dependent on something you can't necessarily control. But what you can control is your mood. To some extent, you can control if you're positive with the people around you and all that stuff. All right, come on, Vix. Why we sleep. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I'll definitely watch that. Out for $275. That's what we fucking do, Space. That's what we do. What's the ticker for VIX is VIX. Should be VIX on TradingView. Look up VIX. Fuck yeah, Space. That's beautiful. Got that little retest. Bam, bam. Another scalp. How do y'all do that? How do y'all just make a meme of me in like 5 seconds? That is so funny. I don't even, that is so awesome. It's fucking hilarious. That's so good. I didn't even know you could make memes that fast. That's impressive because I mean, I'm terrible at Photoshop. That shit would have taken me like hours. It's so funny. It's true. That's what I felt like. That's good. Oh, that's good. No, it's true though. Somebody said how much. do I need to start my own with good risk management? So I would recommend doing, if anybody's like new and they want to just hop right into it, here's what you do. Open up a demo account on TradingView with $100,000 of trading of paper money. Demo account, TradingView, $100,000. Trade for a few months until you're profitable. Right? So say you're profitable for 3 months or 4 months. Look back, say, okay, I was green this month, I was green this month, I was green this month. Maybe I was a little bit down this month, but overall I was profitable. So make sure you're profitable and then start worrying about how much money you should put in, where you should, but don't just start trading because you want to make money. You will lose money if you do that. You have to become profitable, develop the skill set, develop the powers, develop what's actually required to make money. Then once you have what's required to make money, you can then take that to the vehicle where you can start earning real money. But make sure you actually know how to make money doing it before you just start trading. That's so funny. RP line, that's pretty profitable. Quit summoning the VIX. Yeah. No, I have been summoning the VIX a little bit. Yeah, that'd be definitely a better setup just in terms of technicals. It's just this retest of this New York Open, just like we had yesterday. Literally, just like we had yesterday. Actually, the YouTube video gets a little iffy around 30 minutes, so I'm going to call the YouTube video right here. So thank you for watching YouTube. Talk to you soon.